What's up, guys? Welcome to
part 3 of Project LSD.
Today we got Ryan tripping with us, so we're gonna actually do the install, and hopefully that'll go well. Neither of us have ever deinstalled or installed one, anything like that, so it should be interesting to see how that goes. And yeah, the axles I think are going to be the biggest problem. However those go in, and hopefully we don't have to
back out and revert all the changes.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can revert the changes if we need to.
Yeah,
Because,
hopefully.
Once we have the axles out, we're going to have to find a way to get them back in.
Right.
I don't want to tow my car to the dealer.
So, from what we've heard or read online,
They just say they snap back.
somehow we figure that it's going to be a little different.
So we've dropped the exhaust part so we can get to this drive shaft. We're going to start out the install by showing you the bolts that are connected to the drive shaft. These are 12 millimeter, so we've got 3 removed so far. We're going to remove this 4th one, and we did have to turn this bolt to get to it, so we had to take the e-brake off and then spin the wheels and spin the drive shaft at the same time. It allowed us to turn the rear diff. And we'll have to remember that the nuts are facing the rear diff. And then they have the crush washer on that side as well. We're going to remove these 17 millimeter bolts holding on the brace. Next up, we're going to remove this 17 millimeter bolt coming off the back of the differential cover. I should have spun around, hit it from the We've got the jack in place, and we're going to remove these differential brace bolts.
Give me trying to hold stuff so it doesn't go crazy.
No, I'll drop it slow. It should be fine. Ready? So we're good?
Yep. I don't want it to fall forward.
Alright, so next up we're going to try to get the axles out of the diff, and we're supposed to just be able to yank on them and they come out. We'll see if that happens. Yeah. That shit ain't happening. Don't really like good yank. Yep. Let me get the pry bar real quick.
I feel like it would make more sense to like twist. Holy shit.
One side. Woo. Not the best way to bring it out, but damn.
And look what we got.
It's party time.
We got ourselves an open diff out of here.
Open diff removed. Alright.
And you can tell we live in the Northwest. We live in the Northwest, right? No, Northeast.
Yeah.
We live in the Northeast because of that rust.
Alright, man.
Smile with the camera.
Do work.
Do work. Hopefully this diff evolved 100,000 miles doesn't suck ass. We find many uses for the phone book here in the garage.
There's really nothing else to use it for except for garage use.
Yeah.
Subaru recycling right there.
Lego cars. We're just tightening up this brace to the limited slip differential.
So we're gonna go ahead and fill our diff with the diff fluid. I've just got the Subaru certified 75 out of 90. I'm gonna use this probably for the first 500 miles, and then I'll go and throw in some better synthetic or whatever gear oil, a little bit better of a brand. So we just need to fill this until it drains back out. It should be 0.8 quarts. What are the torque specs on those?
They are 36 foot-pounds of torque for each plug.
Drain and fill both.
Yep. So we're torquing these bolts that go into the diff cover down to 22 foot-pounds. So we need to remove this breather port so we can get to this last bolt and torque it down. So you just grab it towards the bottom. Wiggle back and forth until it pops out. And then we'll put it back. Alright, so we're gonna jack up the diff, and hopefully it'll make it easier to put these axles back in. What would be nice right about now is a lift.
Yeah. Let me know if it looks like it's going to fall at some point, because I can't really tell.
It kind of felt like it was going to fall.
I might just try to get it in here. No, I'm gonna take the back.
I told you, maybe it'll be just easier to move diff in and then try to put the axles in.
I know, but they still have to be in the slots when I do that. Guys, we finally got the differential in. It was a bit of a bear and definitely helped to have two people get it in, but the short of it pretty much is we got the jack under it, jacked it up. While we were jacking up, we made sure the axles were going into the differential, and then that way, once we got it up, we got it into the holes in the back. And these jackets actually have kind of like a spring effect to them, so I was able to spring it out and then push it back in pretty hard. It locked. Did the same thing on the other side. So now we're tightening all the bolts. But check this out. When you spin the wheels, both tires go in the same direction. We got a locker. Much excitement. These bolts that connect to the drive shaft, or that are used for the drive shaft, have a flat spot on one end, and that one made up directly to the drive shaft, just like that, so we don't have to worry about it turning. And then we'll put our locking washer on the back side of the bolt, and then the nut.
Start off by torquing these two that are at the bottom of the brace. They get 36 foot-pounds of torque. Maybe. These two bolts going through the these bushings for the brace. These get 81 foot-pounds of torque. So it's going to be a pain in the butt to get that kind of leverage.
Lucky for you, you have the torque bar of Thor. One, five.
There we go.
Yes.
81 foot-pounds!
That was like almost clicking. Just needed like a smidge, Ryan. Good job, Ryan. So these are 52 foot-pounds of torque, but we can't fit our big torque bar of Thor in there, so
We're giving it a solid 2 Ryans of torque.
2 Ryans of torque is
1 Ryan. 2 Ryans.
There we go.
It is solid. Okie dokie. Alright. Time to put the exhaust on.